listen, don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's a mess. What are y'all doing? I'm trying to remember what I was just told. Couple things is up. Trying to remember. How y'all doing? Oh, that's what it is. Hey y'all, don't look at it. I'm getting ready to do something to it while we on here talking. I had a couple people reach out like, where the fuck is you at? I'm right here. Here me. But real quick, I'm gonna run my little ad. But I want to tell y'all that upon the Blissful Soap website, blissful-soap.com, for the generational beauty, Allure, the Governess's Allure, and Soul and Spirit Mayat's body wash is up now on the site. So you can go in there and get the Aubrey Marie body wash, the Governess body wash, and the Soul and Spirit body wash. It is up for sale right now. And of course, the Naizinga Kiani body scrub is up on the website as well. Okay, period. Just a minute. I'm doing it right. Self-care, self-love, selfish. Self-care, self-love, selfish. And I want you to know that I did try my best with you. I cut off all my hoes, that was just for you, and I don't. What is y'all doing? Look, I'm about to do stuff to this head while we on here. Like I said, I had a few people reach out like, where have you been? Where is you at? So shout out to QT for short and Miss Shell. They was like, girl, what is you doing? Working a few more hours? Okay. I think that song is called Self-Care. Well, we about to do something to it, child. I got all of my supplies that I think I need. Some extra shit. So we gonna see. But what did y'all do? Y'all polishing y'all nails and stuff on this Wednesday? I've been working on this book. I've added another chapter in it. And so that's what I've been working on this chapter. Aubrey, you think I should talk about it? The conversation.
Oh, in regards to the
yeah.
Yes, because I feel like that ultimately they need to understand that.
All right.
And create a learning moment for them.
Okay. All right. I gotta prove this up. Hold on.
What you mean?
We're gonna put this back in the freezer.
Oh, I'll talk about it right now.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get into the conversation. I see y'all cooking oxtails and beans and greens. I wish I could have some. I don't eat oxtails no more, but I still love them, even though I don't eat them. But so the chapter that I have added into the book that I'm currently working on is it is about death, energy, transmuting, and transformation of energy and of self. And so when I was, I have not tried the vegan oxtails, but I would love some. When I was speaking to Aubrey about it, and then speaking to Aubrey and Jose about it, um, a few things came up inside of the conversation that I'm adding into this book here. And so my whole thought and my thing is about the Melanin Bible. I want it to be sufficient. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be sufficient. I want it to be full. I want it to be, lively and a teaching moment at every turn on every page. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's taking so long, besides the beauty of it all. Um, so in the chapter that I'm working on right now, and I just added this chapter, the last 2 days. The last 2 days I've added this chapter in this book. So it's the part that I want to speak to you about is attachments. And so you will notice in the Melanin Bible, I quote the Bible in some of this because I want you to understand how they have taken certain things and put it in the Bible, but they're using it in a specific way for their agenda when in reality is something different. Okay. Good for you. I can't pronounce your name. Like oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit the I. I don't know. I'm gonna call you I. Um, but in this chapter, like I said, we're talking about attachments. Now, I'm gonna just go into a little bit of it because I want you to understand exactly why I think this was important. So, when you have attachments, child, let me let Michelle know that I'm on here.
Did you need to burn any papers?
No, I got some over here. All right. Wait a minute. Let me send out the memo that I'm live, y'all. Greetings to my mods. I show gratitude to the mods for being on here. All right. So when we're talking about attachments, when something happens, and I'm gonna just go into the example of how this conversation started between Aubrey and myself, because I was already writing this part, but I didn't know exactly where I needed to go inside of it. So we start having this conversation, and then I look like Respucia at the head. Never mind. No. And so we start having this conversation when the grandmother Adina began to speak. When you have attachments, right? Some attachments come in different forms inside of the body. They can be like alcohol attachments, which is why they call them spirits. You may have an attachment of an energy in your feet, in your heart space, in your growing. The attachment in your feet could cause you to have sex. So it doesn't have to be an attachment in your groin that makes you have sex. It's an attachment in which filled a void, a portal. Any energy can come through a portal. So when I say an attachment or a hole or a gape, um, that's what I'm talking about. A portal that has been formed inside of your um, etheric energy force field around your body, your spirit. Okay. So there is, hey, Bill, some holes formed in there. And when the holes are formed, they form portals. Portals are wormholes, which means that energy can come through it. And a lot of the energy that comes through it are spirited, um, disembodied roaming energies. Okay. Um, and some of them have been in the physical plane and some are implanted within the simulation. Okay. And if you have, and I'm going to give you the example that I used, you can be a child that grew up in a narcissistic, abusive home where you have watched your parents argue and fuss. Hit the donation. Hit the donation. You gratitude, love you to life. You can watch. Aubrey have been fucking it up all day dancing, bitch. When I tell you, Aubrey thinks she thick with it. Listen, girl, I'm about to do it, Michelle, right now. Y'all know I make a hair oil, my hair. But when you grow up in this kind of household, and remember we started talking about this the other day, right? About the neck and how the attachments can come into wherever your energy or wherever you hold your stress at, remember? And then Rich Homie Quan came through and got all sidetracked or whatever. And so you can grow up in a household where you watch your parents argue, fight, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit. You can be in your room with the door closed and you hear this and you hear it all the time. Now, this can take your voice. This can make you feel abandoned. This could give you mental issues, anger issues. These issues are energy attachments. Please understand that. And in your Bible, the regular Bible, the other Bible, the first Bible, the King James Bible, they call them demons. They call them demons. They become attachments. And that is what shows up inside of your world as you grow and become a developing adolescent and adult. So then when you get in a confrontation or you're faced with conflict, that is what shows up. It can show up again in a form of drinking. It can show up in a form of over-sexualized behavior. But they're energy attachments to you. They can show up as self-loathing, self-sabotage, lack, harboring of all kinds of energies, right? And so when these things show up, so now you could be a very pleasant person, but people don't know that these attachments are going to show up because conflict doesn't have to be conflict. There is something that's called conflict resolution. You can just learn because that's innately in you. When these attachments grow themselves inside of your portals, you change who you were innately supposed to be. They change you. So where you could have been this budding, beautiful, spirited energy with a multitude of beautiful gifts, those gifts begin to diminish, go into hiding because religion is a demon. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Religion is a demon. Religion brings upon spirited energies that are not innately in you. All of these things. See, where's my phone at? Because I ain't gonna go back through this yet. Okay, because religion is also can be considered demons because it is an energy that is attaching itself to you. And so, and going through all of this shit. So let's just stick with the anger and conflict, self-loathing, lack. Let's just stick with that for right now. So when you're looking at all of this, right? And now say this shit's been happening from the time you was like 3, 4 years old, and then your daddy left about 8. Your mom got into a new relationship when you were 10. That was chaotic and traumatic. That person left at 13. You get a new stepfather, or now your mom is a lesbian. About 15, that ends, and here comes somebody else at 17 who's now having sexual relations with you without your consent. So all of these things have now has portals. They have created portals in your energy field. And so inside of those portals or energy fields, other energies can come through and attach itself and feel those. Like shit, I'm gonna go on and rest in here real quick. Now it could be a disembodied woman who died from abuse, and her energy is just roaming, which is what they do because they're amongst us. However, there's a different levels. There are different levels to disembodied energy. Okay. When you hear the word disembodied, it doesn't mean that they're like outcasted or demonic. It's just that they're roaming, right? They're disembodied. They're inside the astral plane. Um, and so because they're in the astral plane, they can come in and say, ain't nobody protecting this child. Now, this child probably got a plenty of ancestors, but because this is a disembodied energy that is not inside of the connected field of the soul, right? It's roaming, okay? It's like I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna help this child. So now the child may have a portal or energy hole, a portal inside of its etheric field right here in the chest. Okay. And so she's going to take her energy and feel that portal. And now she has possessed this portal hole. So when we say possession, not all possessions are bad. You have clean and dirty possession. Now, this possession is a dirty possession, but not because it's demonic, because it does not have this child's permission to embody a part of its etheric field. So it fills this portal hole now. And because now it is filled inside of this portal hole, we're teaching inside of this portal hole here, right? She thinks that she's protecting this child from abuse or whatnot, okay? And so now this child has grown up with all of this, and she has many attachments at this point. But we're going to stick to the one attachment that came in when she was like 3 or 4 years old that filled her heart space because she felt neglected and unloved, because parents was always in the room arguing. Meanwhile, she's in her room all by herself, feeling unloved, because now there's a feeling of abandonment, mistrust, distrust, lack, not knowing if she's good enough, because why doesn't nobody want to talk to me? Why don't they kiss and hug and love me? I must not be good enough. You can have 2 parents in the home and still have abandonment issues. So now that her hole is a portal in her heart space, Gratitude giving her back signals. Here comes this etheric energy, a roaming energy that feels it and says, I'm going to protect this child now. So as this child is growing up and she has these different possessions upon her physical and her ethereal body, and so now let's say she's like 13, 14, 15 years old, and she has these possessions. And so she's always sweet and kind to people, but people don't see that there's a fight going on the inside in her mind space, because that's where the conversations happen. That's genuinely where the possession has taken place at. Yes, it's in the ether field of the body, but the conversation and the battle is in the mind. So therefore, this child in her original state, in connection to the sin of it all, okay, we're going to say the sin of it all. So when she is in her argument, she is in there like, yes, because don't nobody love you. Yes, don't nobody love you. Now you have your God self, your Adina self, your higher self that says you are very much loved. Don't nobody love her because why ain't nobody ever talked to her? Don't nobody even know all of the abuse that she's gone through. Now herself is over here talking like, right, don't nobody even know who the fuck. No, you are very much loved. No, I'm not loved. I'm stupid and I'm ugly. My nose is big. Right. That's why ain't nobody in here. But I got you. Don't worry. I got you. Right. So now here come Junebug. Junebug is like, bitch, you got a big ass nose. Out the blue, she has now clicked the fuck out. They like, you didn't came out of character. You act like you possessed. That's because this energy has now taken over the mental space and reacted in such a way that has given this child the voice and the protection in which that energy thought she did not have. Now, we ain't even got to the other energies. So even when I'm writing this in the Bible, the Melaninite Bible, I quote when they quote in the King James Bible, when the character of Jesus steps in and says, who are you that possess this man? He says, we are many, we are legion. That is what we're looking at. But they've given it to you in a different way that's going to put fear into you. I'm going to give it to you so you will understand love and how to reclaim self in totality. Okay? That's what is going on. Because you have no idea what is happening. Remember, I did the video and I talked about all of the roaming energies that surround you, that talk to you. And you think you're crazy and talking to yourself and all this other shit, right? So this is the part of the Bible that I'm speaking on, because death is not death. Death is a transmutation of energy. It transforms only. It either ascends or becomes something else. Absolutely, Penny. I've quoted that so many times. I'm glad somebody got it. Religion. R-E means something completely different. Okay? So when you're looking at this, so now let's get deeper into it because I want you to fully understand. And again, when you get the Melaninite Bible, this is what you'll be reading. And Aubrey was like, maybe you should do certain classes so people can fully like capture because I'll call them or I'll call Lisa or somebody and I'll read them what I'm writing to see if they comprehend the message and what I'm saying. And usually they do. She's now acted out of character. People like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody ever seen her fight. Now it's like, oh, bitch, you got hands. Bitch, you got hands. She done blacked out. She has no idea what just took place because she blacked out. What happens when you black out? Oh, a different personality takes over. The attachment has now stepped in. Her protection has now stepped in. Everyone has attachments. It is almost impossible for you not to have some. If you don't have any, you should be able to elevate and fucking levitate up off the floor and come out of the body and become back into your soul self. But because everyone has them, everyone is inside of some sort of possession. Okay? So now that has happened, now she's being hyped as well. So here come more attachments of ego and dominance, the 7 deadly sins. Now she could meet somebody who's going to give her money. Here come more of the deadly sins, the 7 deadly sins, right? Okay, so now when faced with conflict, if someone has these attachments, which you do, you are faced with conflict sometimes. And so instead of having a mutual conversation and where the conflict doesn't have to become a conflict, it can just be some sort of issue that could be arising that we can now take care of in a calm adult manner, to where things can be spoken of. Like sometimes you can walk into a room and feel the lower frequency energies upon people, and you'd be like, I'm going to go because I don't like that bitch energy. You don't even know her. I'm telling you, I don't like that bitch energy. And before the night is over, her attachments have acted the fuck up, and you felt it because you knew it. Your energy body. And so because you mesh with other energies, you can feel that shit. You probably didn't know what you felt, but you knew that her energy was not matching with your energy. You will hear people say, besides acting out of character, you'll hear them say, yeah, my light disturbs they demons. You know what I'm saying? This is all that we're speaking about, is attachments, step-ins, worm holes, portals, energy fields. That's what we're talking about, right? And so even when you say that kind of shit, this is what we're going into. So let's talk about the conflict now. So say your dad, you grew up watching your dad beat your mama ass, and your mom was a good person to you. You see your mom is a good person. Everybody says your mom is a good person. She's the light. She lights up the room when she come in. She smile. You don't see her being no mess. See, she's halfway somewhat into her God self. So when she comes in, all of those negative, low vibrational energies, demon energies that's on your daddy is now rose the fuck up, and they mad. Why? Because her light has now disrupted their motherfucking frequency, and they can't match it. In your King James Bible, it says, where the God stands before or comes in conflict with the demon shall flee. When a lower level energy, it will try to battle. It may become belligerent. It may want to fight, become violent. But if it feels like it cannot win this war and cannot take you out, because taking you out is winning the war. If it cannot take you out or win this war, it will flee. Your daddy may get up. You may step in and start reading your daddy for motherfucking filth. Bitch, you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. My mama this, my mama that. You ain't never. Fuck you. And he can't do shit. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Bitch, I'm getting all my shit. Now he has now packed up his shit and left. Why? Because a demon must flee in the face of God. And you are the God that you serve. You are the God that you serve. You are a counterpart within yourself. You have your God self and you have your devil self, because you are filled with living species continuously, whether they are attachments or your cells and organisms, which are living beings as well. You're battling those too, because you may have living organisms, which we call parasites. They want a whole bunch of motherfucking fried foods and all kind of shit. But then your other good bacteria says, no, we need vegetables, please. So now you're a complete battle. This is your heaven, and the war is in heaven, right? Right. So when you're standing on the mountain and you're talking to God up on the mountain, you're in your higher self. So even when we're looking at it and we've now understood that this is why you show up sometimes the way that you do, or people show up the way that they do, and why battles and conflicts happen, because it is a battle of energy is what it is, right? um and so the angelic part of yourself, I don't give a fuck if you say, oh, I'm acting just like my daddy who was a drunk and he's dead, or, I'm acting like my mom. My mom was a good person, so that's the good part of me. I want you to understand you are filled with duality. You're filled with duality and you're filled with polarity. And those are two different things, and a lot of people don't know that. So, however you choose to look at it, whether you think that you're the Christ, or you think that you are the Satan, or you think that you your daddy's child or your mama's child, or you know what I'm saying, you got the devil and the angel on your shoulder, or you just got negative and positive energy. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. You are duality and polarity at its finest. And when you know it, you can heal it, because you're battling against self. See, I ain't even started. You're battling against self, and when you're battling against self, it is about who's going to win. The war is already won. The war is won when you face the trauma and you annihilate it. That's how the battle is won. That's how the devil is killed, is annihilated, because your God self is the higher of the self. Your lower energy is your devil self that can never suppress or ever win. You allow it to win. If you have two conflicting energies, but this one is the highest one, but you keep allowing this one to creep up, and this one is creeping up, but this one keeps creeping up, and it's like almost in the balance. I need to keep going up. I need you to believe the bullshit that I'm fucking telling you, so you'll never grow and surpass. This is what relationships are. Bitch, you ain't ready for what I'm saying to you. You're not even ready for what I'm saying to you. That's what relationships are. Everything is duality and polarity. You are meant to grow at every moment, at every turn, in every waking hour. It is about your growth. It is about your growth. Because there's always going to be a battle. When they put in your King James Bible, and they said, I will make the woman against the man, I will make what is it, his enmity between my seed and thy seed. Your Adena is the mitochondria. That is the Eve gene. See, I'm giving you too much out this book. That is the Eve gene. And when she formed her lower self, she formed the less active or lower vibration of the nucleus, which is the atom. Bitch, you didn't hear what I just said to you. You ain't even heard it. You ain't even heard it. And then motherfuckers say, oh, you sure always got a donation. I sure the fuck do got it down at the bottom. Because I know what I'm talking about. You got to grow. You've already won the battle. Ain't no way you can lose it. Only way you're going to lose it is if you never look at it and face it. It's not going to kill you to face it. I don't give a fuck what you did. I had a client that accidentally killed a young man when she was like 13 years old. They were dating, they were talking, and she accidentally killed him because he tried to attack her and she stabbed him on an accident. She just was trying to scare him and it killed him. I don't give a fuck what it is. She's still a beautiful human being worth living, and her life means something. You got to understand. You got to understand. That's all. That's all. When you come in here, sit for a second and listen, and you'll understand exactly what we're talking about. Sit for a second. That's what I'm working on. That is what I'm working on. You got to see where the battle is. This is the most important part. To be able to battle thyself. You got to be able to battle thyself. Because nobody can teach you a better lesson than your own self. And you got to understand the attachments are real. And it don't mean, like, people think that they be better than somebody else, child. People think that they are better than somebody else. People will come on here and talk crazy about me. Bitch, you this, you talking to this, you that, you this and you that. And you have come on here to show your natural black motherfucking ass, despite how your mama raised you or what you were taught. If your mama didn't teach you, your grandma taught you, and you choose to ignore everything that you were taught. Why? Because you are acting inside of those attachments. You may not want to admit that you have attachments, but you do. Ain't no way you don't have them. So what else would we said, Aubrey? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. I want to talk about something else, a part of it. I feel like I'm missing something else, though. I ain't gonna get too deep into this shit, but you got to be able to regulate yourself, know what it is. Make sure y'all hit the donation button, honey. Aubrey. Where Aubrey go? In the back. Jose, what else we talked about on top inside of that?
Huh?
Did I miss something?
No.
That's not all of it.
Because hate grows.
Well, everything else is more so like a individual message for me.
Okay.
She was telling more so about me understanding the value.
Yeah.
Because of the commodity thing.
Right.
But as far as the general gist of what it was, it's just being able to kind of understand. Really and truly, the biggest thing is the balance in between that. Um, and knowing that in certain energies, you just don't want to allow yourself to fall into the traps of what that demon spirit has set for you or trying to kind of suck you into
Mm-hmm.
for real. Because I think that that's the biggest thing is that we oftentimes we ignore that God, like you said, like when it's telling you you are beautiful. When you're telling yourself, I'm not beautiful. I don't think that I'm beautiful. Those insecurities, all of those negative traits that we praise, we're oftentimes ignoring the positive ones because we don't know how to really distinguish feelings and emotions.
Correct. So, okay. So even when I guess when we're looking at that too, and we're looking at the conflict of within, damn, it slipped my mind one more time. God damn. Ooh, what was I getting ready to say? Well, I'm gonna say this: to know better is to do better. And when you know better, you do better. So says Maya Angelou. See, everything I'm quoting to you is in this book. Everything I'm talking about is in this book. No, it's not Penny. It's only Penny says self-control is the hardest, but it's not. It's what you give into because you have been taught to give it a reason. Nobody gave you a reason because they made spirituality a religion and they made it scary. You are the God that you serve. So if you knew you was the God that you were serving and everything that you do is a cause and effect, they put you in a mental prison and have you chasing your tail. They feel like you got to go and get a character by the name of Jesus to cast out a demon because the demon, oh my God, is something wrong with me. No, I have attachments. Okay, so I need to go ahead and kill them off myself. I don't know who you are, but I no longer need you here. So let me go ahead and face this trauma because once I face this trauma, you can't keep bringing this up to me.
Correct. And then also, I don't know if you spoke on this, but being able to go back to trace where that trauma
tracing where it starts.
And then you can be able to understand that, oh, this had nothing to do with me all along.
It has, some things have nothing to do with you. It's just about where it all comes in at, where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, just to go down, the rabbit hole on some shit will is mind blowing and will fuck you up. And if you don't know, and when you learn about it, and then you get upset about some shit, like, bitch, let me tell y'all something, boy. I'm trying to tell you, honey. This shit goes so deep. Like, I had to have this conversation twice because I needed to make sure that I had all of the motherfucking information. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, real quick, we bringing Black Magic back. We're probably gonna try to bring it back this Friday. Charmin has been working really hard on it, but let me see what y'all saying. Because I'm telling you, attachments, and it also could be where you grew up at, how you grew up, child, what you was taught. Like, this shit gets so deep and so real. I promise you it does. Family curses. That's why I say whatever you want to address them as. I'm telling you what it is. Absolutely. So however you address these things, these beings, these demons, when they tell you You are fighting. Sometimes you heard them say you fighting your parents' demons. Motherfuckers don't even want you to know what they think because of the thoughts that run through your mind that don't always belong to you. I keep telling that. Oh my God, somebody gonna think something wrong with me. Oh, I don't even know why I would think that. And you probably don't know why you would think that. It's probably because it ain't your thought. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens. Attachments are real. And when you face them and they come up against you, you see them. You see them getting into it with people, and you be like, what the fuck is wrong with that bitch? What the fuck is wrong with that motherfucker? Like, did y'all see that? Did his eyes turn black? Like it becomes like crazy. It is crazy. Some families are plagued with alcoholism. And it's like, my whole family are alcoholics. That's all they do is drink. Nobody ever did nothing in life. You could have a talented family like mine was, honey, where I've had people who dated celebrities, could have been world-renowned hairdressers. Some were going to the Olympics and something happened, broke their hips and fucked their legs up, couldn't play football no more. I mean, honey, when they get a hold of it, it gets a hold of it. And now your family has been plagued with something that we call, but when you say demons, can't nobody admit it. That's why you can't fix it, because you can't admit it, because it would be, I'm not demonic. Well, you know, if that's what you call it, you is. Everybody has it in them. And that's why you can't fix it, because you can't admit to it. Because then it would be to say, people like, oh, bitch, that bitch, she'll tell you she a fucking demon. Well, bitch, you is too. Because who is you talking to? And why would you be talking to somebody else about somebody? Because you like drama. That demon on you likes drama. Motherfucker tell you, well, I'm messy a little bit. Be the first one to call somebody. You know who died, don't you? Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's reality. It's reality. You just can't fix it because you can't admit it. If you can admit it, then you can fix it. Because you got to be able to face it. That demon can't stand in the face of your God. You are the God that you serve. So it can't stand, it can't stay. And that's what they mean in the Bible. Why they ain't told you that? It can't stay once it's in the face of your God, which you are the God. So it can't stay where it's not wanted. Why won't they tell you that's what the fuck it is? Because if you don't know, then you can't fix it. If you can't fix it, then they can continue to control the mass of the population and keep you activated in a lower frequency in which they can control with the controlling of your vibration by what you think, see, eat, whatever's in your environment is being controlled, and is being controlled purposefully. Somebody said to me today, well, you was the first person to say this shit about Diddy. Why they ain't giving you your credit? Because then that means that I will be correct about what I'm saying to you right now. And they don't want that. Because if you believe me and what I'm saying to you right now, then you can go and fix yourself. And now they have reduced in power. They have reduced in power. What they gonna do if they lose power? Shit, that's just like somebody turning the lights off. Bitch, you can't see. Bitch, they can't see if they power ain't on. If we've returned the lights off, because we the light, if we turn the lights off, then we reduce their power, bitch. Somebody better pay their power bill. They ain't got no fight. They ain't got no pull. Now they gotta figure something else out. They don't want to figure something else out because what they've been doing has been working for years. I remove any negative energy that's being thrown this way, and I send it back to you full and some tenfold. I send it back to you. I stop it in this track because I feel you trying to send it. I stop it in this track and reduce all of the power. Because see, that's what you was trying to do. You was trying to send some attachments to me. But I won't let you do it. I won't let you do it. Oh, you wanted me to act up. Mm-hmm. We return right back to sender. May it hit you in the middle of your forehead. 3-4 times. So that's what I've been working on in this here book. I'm just trying to get it. I need it to be where people can understand it and get it. I got to find the right wordings for it. You know, writing a book is not easy. It really isn't. You know, you got to do it every day. That's right. Return that shit to sender. You got to go into your space, honey. You got to set your intention. You got to reprogram energy. Every day. What do you say on, what was it, the 5 heartbeats? Every day I got to fight to prove my love. I hope that everybody can understand what I'm saying to you, whether you accept it or not. It is what it is, and it is real, honey. You say the precipitation of the participation. Gratitude. If you can hit the donation link and make a donation, we ask that you do that. I show gratitude. Make sure y'all be looking out here in about 3 or 4 weeks. If you are one that was in the Melanite Academy, hopefully your books will be coming soon. Miss Lisa from Blissful Soap is getting ready to order the books for you guys to make sure you get your books if you were in the Melanite Academy. And once the Melanite Bible goes on sale, I will be ordering everybody's books who's supposed to have these books. If you were in the Melanite Academy, you are one that should be having, you already have your book because I'm going to be sending it to you. And please remember that the Melanite Bible will be also offered as an ebook. It'll be an electronic book as well as a book where you can hold it. Gratitude. If you are one that I have to do Oh, I forgot that was going. If you are one that I have to do the Hipsy for, I have Hipsies that I have to do tonight, which is the quick short answer. So I'm going to be doing those as well here in a little bit. But I had to take some time to do this. I need to get myself together real quick. Let me go wash this shit out. So I'm going to go because I've been on here for about an hour now, 5 minutes short of an hour. Make sure you hit the donation button. I show gratitude for everyone who already have sent the donation in. It is so appreciated. Remember the conversation we are having, whether you go and buy the Melanite Bible or not. It's so important so you will understand how to correct and fix yourself to go and live the best life that you can possibly have. It will not be sold on the website, but the link is on the website to where you can go and get all of our books from the website. All you do is just click on the link and it will send you right over there to the Amazon in which you can purchase. It's on Kindle. I send gratitude and love to you all. I show gratitude. Enjoy the rest of your evening, y'all.